A 19-second video yesterday caused everyone in the Heroscape community's head to explode with the announcement of a new edition of the game. I've got 10 predictions for this and how things are going to turn out. Here's the game we're playing today. I've got a total of 10 normal predictions in front of me. And what I'm going to do is go through these one at a time, and then a few months down the road or a year, whenever this all plays out, we'll go back, revisit this, and see how I did. Now, I also have one wild card, basically somebody's on crack type of prediction, and that's a bonus point that can give me a replacement in the event one of the other ones is wrong, because, you know, I'm not going to get any wrong, right? All these predictions, in case you're curious, are based on the 19-second teaser video, as well as some photos that have since come out from Gen Con of the 9 or so miniatures that are in the little display case there, apparently in Hall D. Alright, let's get started with the list. So the first two pertain to the story of Age of Annihilation. My first prediction is going to be that the timeline of the story has jumped a little bit, maybe 5 to 10 years, just so things have changed, but we're still going to end up seeing some of the original characters from the earlier versions of the game because nostalgia sells stuff. The second is going to be that the traditional power structures have collapsed. So this means one or more of the original Valkyrie generals are kind of out of the picture, maybe all of them are. And it's going to be more of just like a broken down, almost warband-like world. Number 3 is going to be all about the miniatures. Now, this is the one that's going to make, I think, a lot of people upset because one of the selling points of Heroscape back in the day were pre-painted miniatures. I think these miniatures are not going to be painted. Now, the ones that were shown off in the 19-second video trailer were not painted, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards that way. But also, the market for tabletop miniature games has changed a lot since Heroscape was first released. Back then, you had WizKids cranking out their clicks crap with all the pre-painted stuff. You had the Dungeons & Dragons miniatures were being pre-painted. You had the Star Wars miniatures being pre-painted. All that stuff was kind of during the heyday of pre-painted miniatures. And there isn't much of that these days. HeroClix is still around. You do see some games with pre-painted stuff, but for the most part, all the new stuff coming out, especially, say, the re-release of HeroQuest, has all been not pre-painted. And I think they're just going to go that route to save some money. Now we're talking about the price of the starter set. And in this case, I'm going to have two different qualifiers because we don't know if we've seen the entire starter set yet. Like I said, there's about 9 miniatures on display over at Gen Con, and there's like 7 in the trailer, and I think there's 1 or 2 that appear in one but not the other. So what I'm going to say is if we get a 10 hero starter set, plus all the cards, dice, tokens, and of course some amount of game tiles, we're probably looking at a $100 United States dollar price point. If they're going to toss in maybe 2 to 4 squads to support some of those heroes, you're going to be getting about a $150 USD price point. 4 down, got 6 more to go, and the next 3 all pertain to the first wave. Now, whenever a game company creates a new game, there's definitely going to be some more stuff coming out because you want to sell more crap. And the reality is they've probably already got plans, at the very least, for more games to come out or more expansions to come out. So I think the first wave is going to be 4 more boxes because, frankly, that's how Heroscape, I think, traditionally did it. Most of the waves were 4 boxes, aside from some of those larger sets and Toys R Us exclusive and things like that. So that's the first one. 4 boxes in the first wave. And each box is going to be 1 hero and a matching squad. So therefore, even if there's not any squads in the base set, you're going to see them in this first wave. And then finally, the third prediction related to the first wave is going to be that 1 or more of these waves is going to be an old hero character with a related squad. So say Sergeant Drake Alexander along with the Airborne Elite, maybe Raylan with some Kiri Warriors, something along those lines. Or Nico Sa with some Mara Warriors. They want a little bit of that theme going on there. I'm also choosing that way because that can kind of play into the whole Shattered World effect, where you've now got kind of smaller bands of related heroes still kind of hanging around. That's what the new power structure is, instead of having 5 or 6 big nations. So numbers 8 and 9 pertain to the release of Heroscape Age of Annihilation. I am thinking this is going to be on Hasbro Pulse in their Kickstarter-like format, kind of like what HeroQuest did. And I'm thinking it's going to hit that around September of 2022. Now, the actual game release, when the final product is done and shipping to backers, as well as it's going to be available for purchase on Hasbro Pulse, at least in the United States. I don't think we're going to see this in the game stores, and we're probably not going to see this in big box stores. Amazon might have it, but it's mostly going to be an online thing, and that's going to be released in Christmas time of 2023. So let's say November to December timeframe of 2023 is when the game is going to actually be released. And because I want to at least get something right, I got a nice little softball here for number 10 in the final official prediction. There's going to be at least one new terrain type. I don't know what it's going to be. The trailer video had some interesting terrain features that are completely impractical for tabletop miniature wargaming. We had a discussion about this last night over on Ryan's channel. Angled surfaces and miniatures just don't go well together. So it might be some sort of rock formation that blocks movement maybe, or not in line of sight, or something you can jump over, something you can't stand on. It could be something like that. Those glowing hexes would be cool if those are real. I'm pretty sure it's all just After Effects visual effects. But that would be kind of neat to see too, if you had like a series of hexes that was all connected together that had some LEDs in it. And you could even imagine that they could design a new compatible hex type that had electrical circuits that would connect together, and you get a complete circuit going around with a bunch of LEDs. Maybe I should try to do that. That would be cool to see. But at least one new terrain type is going to be part of Age of Annihilation. Whatever it may be, I'm not sure, but something new is going to be there. Alright, now for the last one, this is my wild card smoking crack type of predictions. This is not one of the original 10. This is a bonus one that if I get right, it's going to give me a bonus point. And the rule here is this has got to be something that's totally out of left field. It's got to be something that's highly unlikely to actually happen, but it would be kind of cool if it would. And my guess is that Toothpick from Tales of Valhalla is going to be a named character alongside the normal airborne elite. Now, my theory behind this happens to be because they're not going to use Lieutenant Dan. That's probably too close to Forrest Gump. They don't want those vibes going on. Gimp, I think that name is a little too risque for Hasbro. We all know the whole Cross-Eyed Pony saga. You can go look that up sometime. And that name... Hasbro didn't like that one. And then you also have then Henderson and Toothpick are left. Henderson is kind of, if you wanted to try to, get a Tales of Valhalla hot vibe, you could go Henderson, but Toothpick is obviously the more obvious choice for that, and I think that is what they will do. So that's my bonus out of left field prediction. And if you've made it this far into the video, why not stick around for one shameless self-promotion, because it's pretty well timed. The first expansion for Legends of Kalidasia 2nd Edition, Heroes of the Eragul, is available. This is Fractured Empire, and it introduces the Kolaith Guard into 2nd Edition. It is now for sale over at EmpireUnderSiege.com. And Legends of Kalidasia is my abstracted physics space combat miniatures game. Both these new Kolaith Guard miniatures will be out sometime and not too far in the future. We'll see how that plays out, because I said the same thing for this like 4 years ago. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you all for watching once again. Not once again, because I haven't introduced myself. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield and Legends of Kalidasia. So, Hopefully these predictions were fun. We'll check back on them in maybe 6 months to a year or whenever it matters, and we'll see how things turned out. And if you've got your set of 10 predictions along with a total crazy wild card number 11, drop those in the comments, and maybe later on we'll have some fun comparing your predictions and see how they turned out, and if any chance you might have beat myself. So, alright guys, I'll see you later, and until next time, thanks for watching.